Welcome. This is Melinda Barlow, CZT, Certified Zentangle Teacher. And today's lesson is from the Primer book, Volume 1. And we are doing Lesson 6. Let me turn to Lesson 6. Lesson 6, More Tangles. And we're just going to go over some fun tangles that we can just kind of grow the tangle, just a way to do these tangles just a little bit different. So the next couple weeks we're going to do more tangles that will prepare us for the reticula and fragment lesson 7, which we are going to do again because I love reticulas and fragments. And today's lesson I am choosing the Nazeppel. I have a few samples, but let me turn to the Nazeppel page in here in the book, and we can see Nazeppel. And so I am going to just close the book. I have some samples of Nazeppel my way, and that's one thing I want to stress is when you do a tangle, you do it your way. There may be step outs out there, but you're free to change it and do anything you want. And I have purposely not shaded either one of these because I want to use them in Lesson 7 when I do fragments and reticulas. So we're just going to start here, and we're going to do Nazeppel in just a little bit different way. So I'm going to put my dots in my corners and my border with my pencil, and I could string it, but I'm just going to do the whole tile because I want them very large so that I can use those in the fragments and reticulas lesson. And so now I'm just going to, usually it's done in a very precise grid where we do horizontally, vertically, and then both diagonal ways we make our grid. But we're just going to do our grid just so random that it is just a bunch of super random lines. And they are all over the place, and some are really tiny and some are a little bigger. I'm going to zoom in a little bit on this. So now we have our just a wild looking grid for us to use. And now I'm going to switch over and I'm going to use my PN pen because it shows up just a little bit better on camera, and I am just going to draw a rounded shape inside of that. So you can see I kind of rounded the corners. I'm just going to do that in all of these areas. So we just kind of round the corners, then come down on the line. And I call this like putting a cobble rock or a river rock in that space. And I want it to go right on the line. So it just barely, it's just a very tight squeeze. You can see how they're just filling in that area. And I like the big areas because they're going to give me a space when I get ready to do a fragment. And you can see that Nezeppel can be just wildly different. It can be very straight and very precise, or it can be just non-traditional. And remember, there's no mistake in Zentangle. So if you draw a little outside the lines or inside the lines, that's okay. And I want these lines to be really bold, so that's why I've picked the PN pen, because it allows me to make that line very bold. And I love how I don't have to worry if my lines haven't crossed just exactly even. I'll show you what I'm going to do to this. But I'm way excited about the prospects that and what might happen to this tangle when I do my next step. Or I should say, when I use it as a fragment, as a reticula for my fragments. Let me get that out right. So now we've done, you can see how quickly that fills it in. And now you can either shade the background. I just shaded the background in this one with my pencil, or you can do it black. So I'm just going to fill in between those little reticulas or the Nezeppel where I had drawn my lines. I'm just going to fill that in black, so I get some really good contrast or drama. And filling in the background really, it kind of helps take up those, if you've got a little mistake, which we know there's no mistake in Zentangle, only opportunity. And I love how filling in just really adds that drama. And right out to my border. And then it also, people just can't, they think, oh, you're so good about, I mean, it just makes this tangle just so much fun. So there's Nezeppel kind of gone wild, and I will do, you can see that I've done it just, these I did a little bit more rounded, and these I did a really right on the lines. This was done, so I just gridded it off, going horizontal, then vertical, then both diagonal, and then filled it in. That is the fun of Nezeppel. And we're going to have to check back when I do lesson 7 so we can see what happens. But I think I'm going to have a couple of other tiles that are reticulas. Almost forgot what I was what they were before. So you'll see upcoming, I've got a couple more great reticulas that are great tangles that you don't think about. So keep watching and tangle every day. And thanks again for watching.